Hello everybody, welcome to the channel. Got a few messages for you. This is over the last few days, so please take it as it resonates. The one that I've come to know as the curator of Vital Force Energy said, I don't like him. Apparently someone isn't playing along with his game. Get out of there, someone yelled, rummaging around into something that they weren't supposed to be. This is the nefarious crowd there. They're talking about magnetizing her. So this is that thing that's been coming up about this technology that has the ability to target a specific vibratory frequency or some sort of an electrical frequency here. Like that, I'm reminded of that Ghostbusters thing where they run around with those packs and they point the little thing at the ghost and then they suck it up into their whatever. Kind of like that. These ones, you know, they're going into another matrix and they need SEX slavery. And they would like this one to be part of that. 4.5, the curator says. So I don't know if this is the magnetic pull that they need to tune to, or if it's a child, or what. And then I heard somebody laughing uproariously, like it was just so funny. But it wasn't like these ones. It was like somebody listening in the background and they were laughing, like they were getting a big kick out of whatever this was they were talking about. And then I heard financial power is on the floor. Take it as it resonates. I didn't Google it, so maybe there's something on the Google that talks about that. I don't know. They're talking about organs. They're in the business of harvesting them, and they want to take them out of this Empress High Priestess and embody her. They're calling her an outsider, an indigo, and they want to get this person into the hospital. They're worried because you're starting to make sense out of everything and they need to transport you. So, like, they want you in the hospital because then they can, you know, do whatever they want. Like prisons, they kind of control life and death in these places and spaces. They could be maybe targeting a specific frequency. As I mentioned a few days back, I think, we're talking about vapor and air conditioning. So I'm thinking they've got something in the mist, in the vapor. And I don't know if this could be like nanobots that are programmable, perhaps to retune the body's frequency or the electrical impulses of the body that will allow their technology to grab onto it. This mass transport. Anyway, there's something with that, okay? This ascension or this rapture thing, it's what that is well, you've got the real and then you've got the technical, right? So take it as it resonates. They're talking about cadavers. The spirit was talking about grave robbers, and these ones are in big trouble because they've been, you know, all of Egypt's graves, they've dug up, all of the warrior kings and queens' graves that they've dug up throughout history. You know, it seems to me that they've been putting curses or hexes or blockages of some sort on those bloodlines, and then they've been harvesting the genetic material out of the bones and claiming the genetic material as their own. And they're doing weird, mad scientist things with it. So they've been robbing the powerful and the mighty's graves, and they've been hindering their ability to, I believe, rebirth into the realm. It's like they've cursed them with some sort of a enslavement, spiritual enslavement or something, but they're free now. Somebody is telling this curator to cancel her. They're very, very upset about your existence. They're talking about rituals, and apparently there's an investigator. And then I was shocked because I thought I heard one of these masculines say, "What I hate is my kids." And then someone else said, "I hate this woman." I saw a light-skinned man with long, shoulder-length, dark hair. It was very straight. He had like a 5-day growth of stubble on his face. He was pointing at me or whoever I was supposed to be in that moment, looking at somebody else, and he was coming with an urgency. So it looks like he's coming to attack or to do something. They're saying that she is royalty. She's a royal princess. And they really want to trap her. So they're coming after the daughter of royalty, intending on elevating themselves. Now, some time ago in the astral, I was walking, and there was a big masculine walking toward me, and he said that he was looking for the princess. And I said, "Well, I'm no princess." And then, there was a couple of gals ahead of me, and they were fighting with each other, and their faces were all bloody. They just were duking it out. And then they saw me, and they started chasing me. It was wild. And then I went and I ran, and I went through like some kind of a magical barrier or whatever into another space and place where there was a bunch of people, and they kind of looked at me like shocked. And then those two bloody-faced feminines stopped at the entryway, and I asked them if they were friends, and they said no, and they weren't able to come in. I saw a few dead men, or what appeared to be dead men, because they were pale and they had dark circles, were kind of red too, under their eyes. And they walked by me, and they were like, and then they went to talk to this curator, and they were really pissed off about, they said that you lied to us. So they were very upset because this person has been lying to them and then using them to do his dirty deeds. And he misled them. He misled them, and he, I think, cheated them out of a benefit that they could have had. And they're saying, "And you get paid for it." So they've been doing the work of this little POS, and he's been getting paid for it, but they haven't received anything. They've just been doing his bidding like they're a little slave. There's talk of you being innocent. They're talking about your chromosomes. You could be a Christian, because they're talking about a Christian who is dignified and also dangerous. Apparently you have no boyfriends. There was a vision I had a vision of a masculine standing with his back to me. I only saw his right shoulder though, pretty much, and kind of like halfway down the waist. The rest was obscured. He was wearing a bright yellow short sleeve shirt, like the color of the sun, and he had light skin. Then I saw another vision. I saw two men sitting at a long table, but they were sitting on either side of the long edge. So there was the short edge of the table was between them. It was a dim room. And one of the one on the far side facing me, he had a little dish full of something like butter, some sort of a spread. He took some of it and then he pushed the dish rather aggressively toward the other man. There was not a lot of food stuff on the table. It was rather scarce. And they are possessed with possessing you. They don't seem to have any power. They need the merchandise of the earth angels, which is their energy and their life force vitality. And the divine has already stated that this is the end of their relationship with batteries. These brutalizers of life who have been thinking they were controlling it, Spirit said they are on a sinking ship and they are desperate. So these ones regarding relationship, they chose flash and clash over harmony and love. Spirit says this new cycle will involve interdependence, which is unity, symbiosis, and synergy. So people will be working together to make it work. Like a team, a big old family. And it's like, you know, somebody, it's like, well, you could say somebody grows the wheat, right? Somebody harvests the wheat. Somebody grinds the wheat. Somebody packages it up, and then somebody makes the bread out of the wheat. It's kind of this kind of a thing, right? There's a process. Everybody gets involved, and then there is this sort of sharing of that product. Then it sounded like the Curator's team said 10 days. On the day that I wrote this, it was the 3rd of March. So that would be on the 13th, which is also a sacred number, I believe, regarding the feminine especially. And I believe that's why they got rid of the number. They mentioned Bengal, which is a region in South Asia, India, and Bangladesh. They are talking about a talisman that you have tattooed on you and how others have been challenging you unsuccessfully. They want to sabotage you. Their best idea at this stage is to sabotage a medication that you may need. It seems that those who were misled, they're talking with each other. They're discussing your covenant, which is an agreement, a commitment with God, a legal contract. There's something about the Black Pope. He's in charge of a Catholic religious order, which is the largest male religious order. He is the Roman Catholic order. And apparently the Black Pope only has authority over the Jesuits. So it would be the Jesuits that he is here with. It's the largest male religious order. They say they're about Jesus, but I think otherwise. I think this is the hijacking of this Christian order. They may be behind what happened to Jesus because they kind of took over. He says damage control with these two is really easy. And so damage control is, they want to minimize the damage to their reputation, credibility, or public image caused by controversial act or a remark or a revelation. They intend on retrapping their light. Now these two walked through the valley of the shadow of death, all of those burdens, all of those traps, and all of those blockages. They made it out. They came out the other side and they're shining. And, you know, people see them and they're starting to question what's going on here. So what they want to do, what the damage control is real easy, according to this Black Pope. They just need to retrap their light. So they want to transport them. So it's like a frequency trap. So that's what I have for you. Take it as it resonates, and I'll see you on the next one, everybody. Bye.